On screen. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I am Books Nelson with the At Me Bro Show. I do not know why I have the chat on screen, but we're gonna rock with it. I'm not gonna restart the stream. There's no real reason, so I'll just be able to see what you guys say right here. I could swear I did not activate that, but it's all good. So we're gonna get into this Diamond Shake Milton. Let's see what he's bringing to the table. So he can play the point guard position, which is huge, and at 6'5", that puts him at way above average in size. This is a card that many people requested me to get into, so I'm very excited to. Hey, look, whenever you guys show enough energy to throw requests at me, I'm more than happy to get into these cards. Pete Brackett, what's up, my man? Thank you for popping into the chat. And welcome everybody who's along with me. So let's first look at his badges, and the number one thing we look at with these point guards is the defensive badges. The question is always, what's their clamps, what's their intimidator? So he has gold clamps, which is great. He has Tireless Defender, which is good, Gold Pick Dodger, which is absolutely necessary, but he does not have Intimidator. So he should be a solid to, I don't want to say below average in the sense of the entire game, but below average in the sense of the current meta. He will perform less than what most people consider to be the top point guards. So now we're looking to really see if he can hang offensive, but he is 6'5", so that does help him. He's got Downhill Hall of Fame, Floor General Hall of Fame Quick First Step, which is excellent, Ankle Breaker, Bailout, all fantastic. Does he also have Shot Creator, Space Creator? Yes, he does. So he's got a lot of great badges for the playmaking, and here we go. Hall of Fame Range Extender. This is what gets this guy into the conversation. Because I think any card with really great handles and Hall of Fame Range Extender and gold clamps is playable. And if that card shoots well enough, I totally understand someone who says, I prefer that card over X meta card because I can make every shot with that card. So, and he's got gold quick draw, not Hall of Fame, which is not a negative. As we always say on this channel, it depends entirely on the jumpers. Some jumpers are better with gold quick draw. Some jumpers are really hard if they have Hall of Fame quick draw. Although I will say I haven't seen that in my team yet. My team, they have not put a too fast jumper in. They got it just perfect with Dwayne Wade. He has Hall of Fame Slithery, Hall of Fame Contact, and Hall of Fame Consistent. And Acrobat, which he is going to need because if we look over here at his ratings, so his shooting's out of this world, 96, 98. What I love about that 96 mid-range rating is he should be effective in the mid-range. Shot and Surge Amp, Spac, what's up, what's up? Yeah. We'll talk about that, Spac. I'll throw up another stream tonight to talk about just general NBA and 2K issues. But yeah, we can get into it. So this guy has a driving dunk of 70. This is the perfect card to throw a dunk shoe on. The perfect card. So he has a 93 ball handle, 92 pass accuracy, excellent. No post moves whatsoever, which is not a big deal, but I will say at 6'5", if he had a post fade, that would have been a nice bonus. It's not a make or break for the card by any stretch. He's not a rebounder. 86 perimeter D, which is solid. No interior D at all whatsoever. So he's not going to be out there helping you out with LeBron. He doesn't have a high steal rating. He has a terrible block rating. A 70 shot contest, which is not fantastic, but he has a lateral quickness of 92, which is fantastic. So this card, if you're good on the sticks, this card should be able to hold his own generally defensively. He's just going to need help in the paint. Yeah, that 58 strength is not going to cut it. So he's in line with a lot of the shooters in this game. So now we are going to get to what this channel really specializes in, which is the animations. So first, oh yeah, there's a mean delay on here because of the chat being up. That's fine. So we're going to look at his shot. Shot looks really great. Hot zones look fantastic. Let's get a look at that green window. His shot is really smooth. This is really nice shot. With Hall of Fame range extender, I could definitely see people being really thrilled with this shot. You can definitely feel that this is one of the better shooters in the game for sure. I could see people really cashing out. And right off the bat, off of that, I could definitely see him making some lineups. All right, let's look at his leaners. Very nice, straight up and down leaner. Should be easy to get a green on that. Take another look. Yep. So, gotta see what the green window is on there. I don't remember if he had difficult shots or not. His ratings might be taking a little hit there, but you guys know I always like to practice with the card for a little while before deciding if they have good leaners or not. But his rating is so high that I would imagine that his leaners are really strong no matter what. And there we see the greens coming in. So yeah. Really good leaners. Definitely, I would say that that could be a go-to for this card. So let's start getting into these dribbles. So first, let's see how he looks in the full court. He does feel fast, which is great. Good behind the back, mediocre between the legs. Let's check his crossover out. Ooh, crossover is kind of nasty. All right, that is a really, really quick crossover that he has. So that's fantastic. And that means his double cross is really shifty. So he kind of keeps going in a straight direction. Usually that's a bad thing. But the good thing about Shake is that he crosses over so quickly that it's somewhat usable. And let's see his crossover behind the back. Yeah, I had a feeling that would be really strong for him. That's really strong for him. That's a very nice kind of hip, you know, a kind of hippity-hoppity dribble that he's got going on there, which is great because of, you know, it's just really quick. And it allows him to change directions very quickly, which is great because then he can also not change directions. He can keep going the same way. He can change directions. That's great. See, does he have a crossover between the legs? No, he doesn't like the between the legs, unfortunately. Let's see if his between the legs works well in terms of the shooting aspect of it. It's okay. There's a delay in the between the legs, so I don't love that. All right, let's check out his hezi now. Okay, so he's got the shooter's hezi, where he pops out way behind the three-point line. Definitely not a bad thing for a guy with Hall of Fame range extender. That is something you can use. Let's see if he can do anything else out of it. No, it doesn't look like he doesn't have any change of direction stuff with the hezis, which is a little unfortunate. Not a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal because if you have it, it's a big deal. It's not a big deal when you don't have it. So yeah, his hezi his jumper off the hezi is excellent. Yeah, his jumper off the hezi is really nice. I will definitely say that. That's looking real good. Yeah, I would definitely say if this character would be even stronger if he had Hall of Fame quick draw. His jumper feels fantastic, don't get me wrong, but if it was a little quicker, if it was in that Wade territory, that would really give this card a super special move that he could go to. But his shot feels excellent, even with the slight delays. A lot of greens here. All right, let's see what else he's bringing to the table. Let's see those dribbles now. See what his momentum looks like. His momentum's okay. So guys, just as a heads up, I'm now, and Spack could tell you all about this, I'm now judging all momentums by the Jordan standard. Michael Jordan has the best like momentum dribbles in the game. There's a few cards that also have them that good, but Michael Jordan's, you can literally just spam momentum dribbles with Mike and shake people up because of how far left to right he moves. Very strong aspect of that card. His momentum is okay. Let's see momentum behind the back. It's quick enough. I could definitely feel he has that little bit of delay on his momentum behind the back. So I don't know about that. Let me try it again here. Yeah, it's not the fastest momentum behind the back, that's for sure. Let's just see the behind the back outright. Yeah, he has the slight delay on his behind the back. There are some cards now where when they do the behind the back, they launch out of it a little faster. Like you can really feel that the card was that they've gone back and boosted it back up. Like with some cards, you can really feel it. And he also can't do the Krilla crossover, which is unfortunate. Yeah, that's too bad. All right, let's see that step back. Okay, so his step back is good. It's really great. So his step. So okay, so this is this card's game really on the perimeter. What's up, Orlando Till? You hesitate, and then you step back immediately, and then you're in Hall of Fame range extender, and this card can cash out. So this card does have a go-to move and should be a phenomenal shooter on the perimeter for you, just with that simple game alone. And if people play you too hard for it, you guys know you can always step back like that and launch immediately out of it. Very simple but effective mix-up. Or you can, you know, immediately go the other way, use that Hall of Fame quick first step. Or, of course, you can stop and then step back and then launch. So you can stop, launch, you can stop, change direction. You can also stop, shoot, right? You can stop immediately and shoot out of that. So he has a nice 4 options. Is it 4 options? So let's see. You can stop here and go into your shot. You can stop here and go in the same direction. You can stop here, combo into your step back. And I mean, his shot is gorgeous out of that. Like, honestly, I will say his shot is good enough to, I mean, his shot out of his step back is good enough to justify the card in the lineup. Like that, like, because honestly, if you just have that and you get really good at that, you can score off that at every single opportunity that you can do that with. And you can also use that running off of plays as well. You know, if he's coming around a corner, running off of plays, you can catch it, stop him, bring him back, and then force the opponent to make a decision. So what I noticed there is he does burst quickly out of the between the legs dribble, which is great. He just doesn't do it at the speed that you need for the killer crossover, which is unfortunate. But it's still a good dribble because when you're behind a screen or when someone's pressuring up on you, this is a good move to use to get out of pressure. It's a very simple move. You're 9 times out of 10 not going to get a steal off of it, and you can really launch off of that. Another nice combo you have when you have this version of the step back is you have the combo immediately, which I'm patented. It's the patented Nate Robinson at this point because it's like the best move available to that card, is snatch back into step back because it pulls you back so far, and when you have Hall of Fame range extender, it becomes a totally deadly move. Greatness awaits. I really appreciate that, my man. Give my thoughts on the Levert. Yeah, I might do that. I remember when I got the Levert card when he was the Amethyst, I did not love his animations at the time, but I think that was in the behind the back meta, so I will definitely take another look at the, pink diamond for the Karis Levert. All right, so this card definitely has some juice. I would say, based on his shooting alone, right, because that's the card's specialty is shooting. Based on his shooting alone, he definitely justifies his place in the lineup. And it's really centered around the fact that he has this elite step back. He has the elite shooter's step back, and he has a nice shooter's hezzy, which Carson just made a nice video on that for Miles Bridges, I think. And if you'll notice, out of that shooter's hezzy, you can also combo into the behind the back immediately, and you can launch out of that, right? So that's a really nice combo available to use. The shooter's hezzy into what would have been the momentum behind the back, and you see you get a speed boost out of that. And so to do that, you just press right on the right stick and then down on the right stick after he goes into the hezzy. So this is another nice mix-up he has on the perimeter. So you can do that, look like you're about to shoot. Again, you can just keep holding forward in the same direction. He'll explode out of it. But you can also go the other way by immediately going into the behind the back and coming back in that direction. And of course, that also gives you access to hezzy, behind the back, snatch back, step back, shoot. Kill him. Kill him. So that is the Milton game plan. I would say if I was using Milton, that would be my primary game plan with the Shake Milton card. So I think that's pretty strong, and in my view, with all of his shooting badges, that makes him a good card. If he had the other hezzy, I would consider him possibly a great card, or if he had better like momentum behind the back stuff. Like anybody with the momentum dribble can do the basic momentum stuff, like so. But there are cards that have it like faster than other cards, and he doesn't have like the fastest version of that. But I will say, his step back is elite enough, especially for a shooter with Hall of Fame range extender. And that's why I love doing these deep dives, because if this card didn't have Hall of Fame range extender, I think he might be a much worse card. But the Hall of Fame range extender in combination with this hesitation and step back, both of them, both this hezzy and this step back, that's what makes this card very, very good in my view. And when I say very good, listen, if a card has Hall of Fame range extender and gold clamps, they're going to be usable. But can you do more with them besides just have them be a pylon, besides just catch and shoot? That's what I look for in a card. People are going to put their best defender on your best player. And if a card like Shake Milton has a game of their own, you can take advantage of any mismatches that they try to throw at you. And I love that. I love when cards can all make their own plays. So we're going to look at his layup and dunking animations, and then we're going to close it out. All right, so here is, that is strong hand, weak hand, ball hand. We're going to go weak hand, off ball hand. Oh, very nice layup to the off ball hand, from weak hand to strong hand. So this is straightforward. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's a wonderful layup package. Wow, that's really nice. That's a big plus. Don't do that one. That was forward on the stick. Leave that one alone. But if you go to his strong hand, that's a gorgeous layup for his strong hand stuff. That's really nice that he has that. All right, let's check out his cradle. He didn't cradle. We'll try that again. Some cards do that. Some cards don't like to cradle. Yeah, he doesn't really have a cradle, which is interesting. I wonder what layup package that is that you don't really get a cradle. Is that Long Athlete? It might be Long Athlete, where there's not a legit cradle in the layup package. Let's see his Euro. Pretty bad Euro. I'd never ever do that. What's up, B. Wilson? Okay, yep. Strong hand layup. Very good. Very, very good. Carson Cruz books thoughts on selling Durant for $450K now since you have Worthy, blah blah blah. You know Durant's great. Yeah, my thing is if you're not using the Durant card, he just costs too much MT to have in your lineup. I think he's a lineup like so for me with LeBron, right? Like LeBron still fetches a pretty penny, and I'm gonna have the dunk packages running in the background. You guys can see what you feel about those as I answer Carson's question. And shout out to Carson. Check out his recent Miles Bridges video. Very good. I'm pretty sure it was Miles Bridges. So my LeBron card, LeBron is going to play point guard for me, and he has two roles, and he can actually play small forward if I want him to. He has two roles, well, really three. If I need to rotate him into the small forward position, I can do that. If I need him to defend another big point guard, I can have him do that. And if I need him to run the point guard because my opponent is at a disadvantage, I can have him do that. And I'm of the mind that LeBron is at worst a top 3 card in the game, not just on his own merits. I do think a lot of people use the card a little off. They talk about he has bad dribble animations. He has great dribble animations. He also has bad dribble animations. Just don't do those. Just don't do the bad animations. Yeah, look at this guy. He has excellent hop dunks. That is nice. So if this card hop dunks like that in game, like if his dunk tendencies allow him to dunk like that, then that 70 dunk rating is definitely a misnomer. So my problem with the Durant card, which I know is amazing, and I really do want to do a deep dive on that Durant card at some point, is there's so much competition for that card, right? Rudy Gay is amazing. Paul George is amazing. I mean, there's so many good small forwards, and I don't even consider Kevin Durant a power forward. I think at the power forward position, he's much lower on the tier list than he is at the small forward position, where he is probably the best, right? Unless you know, you could argue Giannis is still the best. Yeah, KD's character model is small. Somebody was like, he has a big character model. I'm like, that's in your head. That card, he is not as big as he's supposed to be in the game. He's way smaller. I asked them to change that part of the artwork. They have not done that yet. So anyway, so my thing, Carson, if you have Rudy Gay and you have Paul George, I would recommend selling him and banking that MT for this specific reason. You know that a God tier center is going to come out soon, and you want to put yourself in a position that if you need to buy that center, that you can buy that center and have the flexibility in your lineup. I don't think that if you have Paul George and Rudy Gay, and I'll even throw Gerald Wallace in the conversation in terms of your rotation. Obviously, he's not quite to the level of those other two cards, but I still think he's very good at the small forward position. If you have those 3 cards, your small forward rotation is fine, especially if you're running your offense through, you know, somebody else like a T-Mac or a LeBron or a Westbrook or a Wade or something like that, you know, or even a Giannis. Then you're not missing KD. Like KD is a card. He's only high tier or top tier if you're running your offense through him. If you're just having him stand around and get opportunistic shots, he's wasting MT. You know, he's like Tobias Harris. You're overpaying him. Doesn't make Tobias Harris a bad player. He's just overpaid for the role that he has. You know, so sorry, Tobias Harris. I didn't mean to just drag you out here in a my team conversation, but it is what it is. They paid him too much money, and MT is like your salary in this game, right? For all of the money that a card costs in MT, that's how much money they could be making you by not being in your lineup. So you go, okay, what can I replace you with? Well, the answer for LeBron James is nothing. No card replaces LeBron James. The answer for Giannis, in my opinion, is nothing in terms of what Giannis does, specifically on the defensive end. He's still completely unmatched as a defensive card and a top-tier slasher in the game. When it comes to, you know, say Derrick Rose, you're like, well, yeah, Derrick Rose is amazing, but Russell Westbrook's also amazing. You know, same thing with Steph Curry. That Steph Curry card is really, really good, but he came out dramatically overpriced because he was a Galaxy Opal, because he's arguably not even better than Westbrook. At least Derrick Rose is like a little tiny bit better than Westbrook, but that little tiny bit is not worth the, I don't know what he's going for right now, 200, 300,000 MT, whatever it may be. You know he's not worth that because you're going to get 99% of his production from Westbrook. And heck, if you're better with the Westbrook cards, you might get more out of the Westbrook card, because he does have a few things in his favor, like that high rebound and high block. So for me, it's not just how good a card is, it's how replaceable a card is. And that's entirely up to you. But if you're not even using him, I would definitely sell that card 100%, especially before he loses value. That's the main thing. Because he is in a crowded position, because there are other cards that could at any moment come up. Like you see that Dr. J card just got juiced, right? Like there are other cards at any moment that could come up and ruin KD's value because he's not the biggest card. Like for instance, for me, a pink diamond Lamar Odom would instantly ruin KD's value, like instantly. I'm not sure they're gonna do that, but you Carson, you're as big of a fan of Odom as I am, you know. So you know if that pink diamond Lamar Odom comes out, I'm not saying he'd be better than KD, but he'd be so close in value that KD's price would tank, and now you probably lost out on 100, 200, maybe even 250,000 MT you could have banked. So that's my opinion on it, especially if you're not using them. So that's gonna wrap it up for the Shake Milton deep dive. Again, these are more deep dives than they are reviews. Reviews are for what your lineup is. I can't tell you where this card places in your lineup and stuff like that. Obviously, if you have Galaxy Opal Steph Curry, there's probably no reason to grab this card. And I played that Steph Curry card. It really is amazing. I think he went from overrated to underrated very quickly because the Derrick Rose came out and stuff like that. But I will say, this Shake Milton card shoots so well. And I do like his game. I do love this little mix-up right here. I love the fact that you can go to this, and I also love the fact that you can go to this. I like that. I like that about this card. I like the snatch back into step back combo that Nate Robinson has. That's really strong, and it's a different style than the cards that I'm currently using. So I might actually keep this card. I bought him for 24K. I would imagine at worst he's going to drop down to maybe 10K below that, and he'll probably hold between 14 and 18. So I don't know if it's worth it for me to sell this card back. I might just keep him in my collection and just eat that 24K. I picked him up to do this review for you guys, but I'm kind of feeling a shot, and I don't really have a sharpshooter at the point guard position that I trust outside of Jeremy Lin. And he's taller than Jeremy Lin, although Jeremy Lin has like Hall of Fame Intimidator. So I might actually leave this card in my lineup. So there we go. That is the review, guys. Well, the deep dive. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will see you guys in the next video. I will probably throw up a stream at some point soon, either tonight or tomorrow, where we can just talk about, NBA and 2K issues and stuff like that. Obviously, I had a little exchange with Robbie from Two Brothers Gaming on Twitter that people have opinions about. I'm not going to get into that for this video, but we can get into it then and talk about it there. So look for that either tonight or tomorrow. Until next time, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you guys. All the support has been absolutely amazing. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.